Good evening and welcome to the celebration event of Learning Circle 23. Before I kick off, gratitude to Ismail Mohammed and First National Bank for sponsoring our venue, the foods and drinks, and sparing the coffers of Partners for Possibility. Thank you, Mohammed. I want to also explicitly acknowledge the conscientious corporates engaged in Partners for Possibility and Learning Circle 23. It is an act of social activism and contribution. I acknowledge First National Bank, Nedbank, Thomson Reuters, Sequential, IQ Business, and Tessa Turvey. We are here to celebrate ordinary South Africans who have given themselves in a most extraordinary way. We are here to celebrate the journeys of 14 individuals, 7 partnerships. How they came to be can be likened to an arranged marriage. They knew virtually nothing about each other, but decided to commit to a relationship anyway. It's quite mad, actually. I honor them. I honor you, LC23, and I honor all the partnerships before these. I honor them and all the partnerships, and they have made bold statements about what we can achieve by simply showing up for each other. That time and attention are the most transforming gifts we can give each other. And this is true of us all in all our relational spaces. The leadership model offered on this program is built around the work of Nancy Klein and Peter Block. And when fully immersed in this, you will learn how to be connected to your possibilities rather than your hopelessness, how and why the small group is a unit of transformation in any organization or society, and how every time you gather, it is an opportunity to co-create in these small groups the future that you want to create, and how every time you gather together to become intentional about the type and quality of conversations that you want to hold, especially the hard and challenging ones. How the quality of your attention affects the quality of my thinking. Each partnership is going to tell you their story, and I will share a little of my own. My learnings and growth from this experience with this group of people can be summed up by Harrison Owen's 4 immutable principles of spirit and 1 law, and it goes like this. Whoever comes is the right people. Whatever happens is the only thing that could have. Whenever it starts, it's the right time. And when it's over, it's over. And the law is the law of 2 feet. And I'll explain a little. Whoever comes is the right people. I needed and learned this lesson when some in our group were unable to make the 6 weekly meetings or the scheduled trainings, and we needed to reschedule and or accept their absence. And the event went on, and whoever was there were the right people, because there was learning and sharing and connection anyway. So I have learned to pay attention to who is before me and remove judgment about who didn't show up. And all of you here today, surely there must be a reason why you are here, why you accepted. I ask you, what commitment has brought you into this room? You are the right people. Thank you for being here. Whatever happens is the only thing that could have. This is a deep learning. There is a plan and there is a path. Remain connected to the path and detach from the plan. The path is where the rich learning is, where the insight and transformation waits for you. It is also a liberating and powerful insight that stops in its tracks those maybe if I had conversations that we have in our heads. This is the learning of acceptance, not struggling against your reality and wishing it could be different. Whenever it starts is the right time. This one really brought me comfort and relief, and some of my circle like reminding me of it. I was late twice. It was traffic. And they remind me of it when I'm power tripping about their timekeeping during our processes. And of course, they couldn't start without me. And my husband there may disagree, but I do value punctuality, as it shows respect for people and their time. But sometimes people are late. And rather than sit in the emotion of it all, use the time with the people before you for connection and really value who is there. When it's over, it's over. Another lesson in acceptance, not wasting time, not struggling against reality, not trying to resuscitate life and breath into a relationship or situation that is dead or has come to a natural end. Move on, move along, move together or move alone. But when it's over, it's over. The law of 2 feet. If at any time you find yourself in any situation where you are neither learning nor contributing, use your 2 feet and move to someplace else. More of your liking or where you can make a better contribution. And this law brings me to the point where I introduce our first story. This partnership comprised of Thomas and Machitsi. The partnership struck me from the very beginning as a very strong and solid relationship. As the months progressed and the demands of everyday life grew on all of us and all the partnerships, and it became clearer and clearer that this in its purest form was a leadership program and not a program of acquisition of material resources. Machitsi, given the demands of his world, applied the law of 2 feet. This happened 4 months ago at the end of June, a mere 4 months from where we are today. He's not here to tell his story, so I can only share what he told us, and that the program was no longer meeting his needs. It was a significant place of learning for all of us, respecting Machitsi's decision and his ownership of how he was feeling and what he needed, accepting that he was now saying no to something that he had initially said yes to. And I ask you, how many of you, as you sit here, have the courage to do that? To say no to something that you initially said yes to? What is the impact on how you are showing up to a decision that you no longer remain committed? Do you have that courage? And do you have the courage that Thomas had to accept this decision with grace and equanimity, whilst also acknowledging that it brought big questions and hurt? To look us in the eye and to talk about it in an open space and provide the opportunity for us to think about how we show up when disruption hits us, and to continue to show up as he did, because our circle wanted him to stay, and he did. Thomas is up first. He will tell you his story. He has been an incredible contributor to our circle, inspiring and provoking us with his intelligence, his heart, and his consciousness. Please welcome Thomas Miller.